Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Avengers issues 167 to 168. We have the arrival of the Guardians of the Galaxy to the present of the Marvel Universe. They're trying to hunt down Korvac, who would be their arch nemesis, who's insanely powerful. So without further ado, let's get into the story. Now this story is written by Jim Shooter, and he just does a fantastic job. This is the beginning of the Korvac saga. He just lets this whole story arc cook, and he doesn't rush anything, and it's just fantastic. Now this story starts off with Nick Fury. He sends this emergency message to the Avengers. He's actually freaking out because S.H.I.E.L.D. had this space base floating up in Earth's orbit, when out of nowhere this gigantic ship just materializes right next to them. And the story actually starts off like they don't know what's the deal with the ship. They don't know if it's hostile. The Avengers are sent in to investigate. And this part of the story is actually pretty interesting because Beast is able to get ahead of the rest of the team once they enter the ship. It's super cool to see that in Jim Shooter's Avengers, Beast is like super assertive. Even though this gets him into trouble in this story because he encounters the crew to the ship, who are the Guardians of the Galaxy, the original lineup. And they have no idea who is this giant monkey man that they have encountered. And the Guardians of the Galaxy, this lineup, who are the original ones, it's weird because they're from the future, so they're not canonically the first lineup. That would be Star-Lord's team. Time travel is complicated within the Marvel Universe. So I don't know too much about the lore of this team. And it's interesting because Jim Shooter presupposes that you know a lot about this team, and that they have history with the Avengers and with Thor. Because obviously first you get a brief little battle between Charlie 27 and Nikki, who are the ones who encounter Beast. But then the rest of the Avengers arrive and they clear everything up. So you do get a little bit of a retelling of who this team is in the first place, but it's very brief. And they explain to the Avengers that Korvac has returned to the present time. Now, they don't know why he has gone to the past, what he's looking for, what he's up to. But for some reason, he's hiding in this era. Now, while all this is going down, the story cuts to Wasp, who's throwing this fashion show. Hank Pym is also there because obviously Wasp is his wife. When out of nowhere, Porcupine and a bunch of minions crash the event and try to steal from everyone there. So we have Wasp, Yellow Jacket, and Nighthawk, who also was at the event, jump into action. They stop the bad guys. Now, while all this is going down, a mystery man appears in the event and he sort of kidnaps one of the models. It's sort of implied that maybe through mind control he takes her. No one notices this. He just teleports away with the lady. So in the next issue we have the Avengers returning to the mansion. They're with the Guardians. They discover that someone has broken into their home, and at first it's hinted like they're dealing with this super powerful villain. But it's Henry Peter Gyrick, the guy that I just love to hate. He's such a pain in the ass. He is the government liaison for superhuman affairs. And he's just there to give the Avengers a ton of grief over the fact that he was able to break into the Avengers mansion with zero effort. And that they have at the mansion so much sensitive information, dangerous technology, and weapons. And Gyrick is pretty astounded on how irresponsible the Avengers are in general. Now, the mansion is in shambles because the Avengers had to deal with Count Nefaria prior to this, and he had wrecked the place. Now, this plot with Gyrick is going to have a profound effect further down the line for the Avengers, which is going to lead to the government actually having to handpick the Avengers lineup, and they're going to impose the rule of 7 on them. Now, while all this is going down, we have the character Starhawk. He's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I do not know too much about. Like, I need to find out more about this character. He seems to have some type of cosmic awareness, and he just flies off, starts hunting for Korvac. Starhawk actually finds him. He's living in the suburbs. He's trying to live a normal life. Another thing about Starhawk that's sort of confusing is that I'm not sure if he has like a dual identity or they're two different people, because you have a male Starhawk and then another character called Aleta or Alita. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But the thing is that Starhawk goes headfirst to battle against Korvac. Now, the battle between Korvac and Starhawk is really awesome. The art goes above and beyond. And it's super cool to feel that the stakes are really high. The way it's presented by Shooter and the artist Joe Perez. Sorry, I forgot to mention, but his art in general is just freaking awesome. You get this ominous feeling that things can get really bad, because while Starhawk is fighting against Korvac, Doctor Strange senses something's wrong. Captain Marvel senses that something's off. Even Spider-Man's affected. And what happens is Korvac is able to overpower Starhawk, who seems to be insanely powerful. And what he does is that he's able to defeat Starhawk. He doesn't kill him. What he does is that he just mind wipes him and makes him forget that he even exists. And that's how the issue ends, with the beginning of this incredible story arc, again called the Korvac Saga. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.